Let's talk about the primitive types in TypeScript from the perspective of a C# developer. Let's start with the most simple Boolean type. In C#, this is obviously something like has liked, and then you can set has liked is true, true, and then do console.writeLine has liked. It says true. So far so good. In TypeScript then the equivalent would be let has liked is a Boolean. You can't just use bool, doesn't work. Boolean. You can do has liked is true, like so, and then do console.log has liked. And if we run it, we get true. So far so good. We can obviously join the assignments together like so. True equals true, which has no change in behavior. True, true. Next up, let's take a look at numbers. In C#, we obviously have 32-bit ints, which can be something like 1000. And then we have long 64 bits, which can be something like obviously the number of subscribers to this amazing channel. Let's overflow that 32, and obviously this is picking this up as 64. Over in TypeScript, this is slightly different. So we get likes. Now number is what you would use here. A number can be an integer or a floating point. We would set this to 1000. We can do let subs. Now, because this is over the 32-bit limit, we have to use something called a big int, not a long. And then when you set the value of a big int, you need to put your massive number on with an n at the end. And if we wanted to join the assignments, again, we would just do it like this. Now let's take a look at strings. If we have this handsome chap called Ted here over in C# land, we can then obviously do the string interpolation. So we can say chap has likes like so. Then we can do console.writeLine message. If we run this in C#, obviously we get true, Ted has 1000 likes. Fantastic. Over in TypeScript land, if we wanted to do this, we would do let chap is a string, say that the chap is Ted, and then the string interpolation in TypeScript is a little bit different. You don't use double quotes, you don't use single quotes, you use a backtick, which for me is on the top right of the keyboard. And then you can write the interpolated string like this. Chap has likes like so, and then do console.log message and run the app. True, Ted has 1000 likes. Not quite true, but it does the job. Thanks.